Simmer down. Simmer down. Okay. Simmer down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Simmer down. Get on the floor. Hey. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annabelle? Are you okay, Annabelle? Are you okay, Annabelle? Alright, is it working now? Annabelle, get on the floor. See? Just everything had to be updated because I went to Monterey. Monterey, get on the floor, Annabelle, right now. No, kids. Yeah, show them who's boss. Yeah. Get on the floor. Get on the floor, Annabelle! Jeez Louise. Why isn't my volumes working here? I did an update on Monterey and it screwed everything up. But Annabelle's on the floor, so we're good to go. We're good to go. Okay, so OBS wasn't working for a couple days now. And I had to update the... just throw out OBS and download a new one. And that worked. Annabelle, stay on the ground for the entire thing. On the floor. Face down. Turn away from me. Annabelle, are you okay? Okay. So it's good. Now we got... okay, good. Calm down. Everyone on the floor now. All right. What the hell's going on? Are you guys having a good morning? It's Thursday. Let me give an update here. It's Thursday, April 7th. All right. Tax season, as they were. Tax season. We got people tripping out here, going to see their CPA, filing extensions. Deadlines are coming. Things are happening. I don't want to create any unnecessary whatever, but everybody has it anyway. Ah, my taxes! So worry about that. Give you some things to worry about. It's trash day today, so you need to worry about that. Annabelle, ground. Okay. Here's the chat. Can't read it on this one here. What's going on, Jessica? Hello, Amanda. My boy CBB over there. That's right. Get on the floor and don't make a sound. We got Jogger Q Joe. Joe Q Joe or whatever. Fucking Joe Qer Joe. Where's Bubba? Bubba is not with us anymore. How long have you been not watching me? There's been things that happened. My babushka is no more. So, if that's the first time you're hearing about that, you're saying no to taxes. The Joker. Got it. All right. My dog's dead. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't fuck around with taxes, to be honest with you. My personal thoughts on it, I'll leave that out. However, I will say that you should probably pay Caesar what he's due and just fucking get over it. Right? Didn't they announce fucking, let me give you some sort of headlines here. Joe Q Jogger fucking guy. Alright, turn this on. There was just too many dings. Too many dings, and I just had to turn it down last night. It was dinging off the fucking... A ding 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 dong ding 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 ding. It's like not even... the notification thing doesn't work because then I have to mute it and then I miss everything. So now it's on. Annabelle, are you okay? Are you okay, Annabelle? Annabelle, are you okay? Hold on, I'm just rushing through all this. Yeah? Okay. Robot? Robot? Didn't they hire some thousands of IRS agents recently? Yeah, 10,000. IRS plans to hire 10,000 workers to clear tax return backlogs. Clear tax return backlogs? Are you guys going to give them like bulletproof vests and they're going to get fucking tactical gear too? To clear out the fucking analog, whatever the fuck you just said to me? I'm just doing some log work. Is that where the bulletproof vests and all that come in? The IRS plans a massive hiring spree because they got tens of millions of returns and ... Huh. IRS plans to hire 10,000 workers to tackle massive backlog. Basically, Americans overwhelmingly oppose the plans to hire the IRS agents to audit everyone and their mother that don't agree with the government. Okay? So that's why I'm a Democrat. Okay? Put on your mask. That's why I take my vaccine and I don't answer or ask any questions. IRS plans to hire thousands of people to fuck your life up. Okay? So how was the IRS gutted pro publica? I don't think it was gutted. Cutting IRS budget didn't make sense to him. And there's a couple of government things, and this is all bullshit. IRS taxing and the heroin barons. Oh, that's the heroin. Let's get into the heroin. Because they're fucking making bank. Offshore shit. They don't gotta pay taxes. Do they? It might be central. It might be just a fucking outside operation of some sort. It might not be. It might be some sort of Mexican cartels. It might be some chicken maker. It might be like a Pollo Loco corporate head. Putting the methamphetamines underneath the chicken sauce or whatever's going on. Walter White is dying of cancer and he's teaching at high school. But when he gets out of high school, he goes and makes the super bomb blue meth. And he makes a lot of money in a camper and with the chicken guy. Get my book? What did I do? Oh, it's a book. Okay, well. Annie, ground. So there's some things that are popping up that are fucking very interesting. Okay. What I'm going to say to you is this. Biden wants to hire 90,000 additional IRS agents to go after wealthy tax dodgers. Are they going to go after you, sir? Watch your mouth, James. I was just asking a question. IRS will hire 200,000 new agents to enforce the insurance mandates. So how many? It went from 10,000, and then I just scrolled a little on Google here, and then it's like 87,000, 90,000 $200,000. Basically, everybody that doesn't have a job now is an IRS agent. We'll give you a gun and a badge. You're just going to need to go in and rob people for us. The New World Order. Tillis slams Democrats' IRS surveillance plan. Yeah, but it still went through. Isn't that right, Tillis? IRS is hiring 5,000 workers to field questions on virus payments. Just like they have the people that come to your door. Hi, we're just doing the survey. We're doing the surveys. How many orange trees do you have? Do you have any well water back there? How many people can you have that survive on this land when we cut the power? Okay, we're just doing the... They literally count the acorns and shit. Not acorns. Anything that you could eat. Lemons. He's got an orange tree. He's growing some sort of cabbage. Cabbage! Write down the cabbage. This motherfucker. Kicking your door for cabbage. Don't laugh. People have got their doors kicked in for cabbage. You're growing cabbage, sir. With illegal rainwater. Get your fucking ass on the ground. Oh my God. Annie, are you okay? Okay, so let's get into shit that like affects you. Okay, there's a lot of news, a lot of bullshit. Probably don't want to pay attention to this one. Unless you're on the government tit and then just do what the government says and just go get your $200 and suck their nipple. Okay? They'll give you just enough so you don't die, okay? So they can profit off of you. And then they'll really turn up the key. And then when they're done with you, and then you, like, fucking you boomers, right before you collect Social Security, they'll cut the cord on you, and you're dead. Goodbye. I get my Social Security when I'm 65. 64, you're dying. Annie, are you okay? Are you... Nope. No. She was just about to collect her Social Security. Alright, so let's get into some news. I don't know how many thousands, but here, now we're up to 1 million. Okay? Thank you for caring about bubbies. Let me see here. So what we're dealing with at this point in time is a 90,000, okay? 90,000. What we're doing here now is we're doing more thousands of... this is a different thing. They're fielding questions, right? Fielding questions. Okay? For virus payments. Sounds like a trick. They're like, we're going to give you some free money. And then you have to read the ... Because the ... the devil's in the details, as they say. If you ever make any sort of money or do anything, we're going to come after our money. And it's basically, we're going to have like, it's going to be, what is it called when you have, you owe and they compound it? Compounded interest. So because what we do as taxpayers is we have it so if we don't have work, we're out of work, we find ourselves in a hard position, you go and the money that you pay into taxes, you get not to live off, but to help you adjust to find a new job, etc., etc. Okay? It's the way it's supposed to be. However, that's not what's going on. Because people have made it a thing, okay? And then the people that, like, they'll let them be that thing, running some sort of scam operation. I mean, people are like, oh, you could sign up and get $30,000. I'm like, I don't care. And it was coming through. People were getting $30,000. No. Did you guys read everything? And these people, it sounds like if... I have nothing. I'm never going to have nothing. I'm never going to amount to nothing. Nothing. I'll take the 30,000. All those people that I saw get the 30,000, they didn't do jack shit with it either. And then they, so some time goes by. They hire 5,000 additional Tatianas. And then they come after you. Oh, it's 30,000 here. Oh, yeah, that's when. Oh, yeah. Well, you owe us $100 million. Because it says right here, 2011, you did this, and quarterly, calculators, badges on the floor. We need all your fucking money. Basically, how that goes. Okay? And then if you're like, God damn it, I'm American, they'll fucking surround your house with fucking feds and they'll Bundy your ass. Oh, yeah? They'll fucking Leroy Gilliam or whatever his name was. Leroy Gilliam? Leroy Brown? Leroy Finicum? We're just going to go negotiate. Take it to the head and die within your car of all your family. I'm just on the way to just have a conversation with these nice agents. Fucking some sort of bin in the snow. Some sort of shady shit in front. Then you see the They'll Leroy Vinicum you. Leroy Vinicum. They'll Bundy Ranch your motherfucking ass. So I'm just, Now we scroll down a little bit. The Biden administration believes it can raise $700 billion in a decade on tax cheats. This is a new. No. This just came out of. All right, let's listen to this bullshit. The Biden administration believes it can raise $700 billion in the next 10 years by doubling the size of the IRS and jacking the American people. Kicking him in the face, as it were. Get on the floor, motherfucker. Basically, his plan is going to hire 90,000 new workers, crack down on the tax cheats, and raid the rich. And then people are like, yeah, this is how they do it. People are like, yeah, fuck the rich. And then when you get down to what he means by rich, you're like, wait a minute. Those are like middle, that's like not rich people. He's like, oh, no, not the rich. We mean you fucking Americans that there's like people that are like government dole workers, like fucking, nothing, fucking cheese, government cheese. And they live off of it, and they have kids, welfare types. And then you have people that, like they work their way up, and that's why we have a huge middle class in America, or we did, or whatever. I mean, rich we're talking about, rich is like, 100 million and above. 100 million starting off point. Starting off there. So anything under 100 million, we're going to put as the middle class. Okay? Because I guarantee you, these people up here don't get touched. Put a little crown on their head. A little stream from their G5 or whatever. And they're up here in the clouds. Right over here, Jeff Bezos is going into space. Hey, Jeff. Hey. In his blue horizon. This middle class right here, they're going to come in and tell you to get the fuck on the ground. So I know these are pointing up because I'm pointing to the middle class. But really, they should to the floor, I should say. Floor, get on the floor, get on the floor, get on the floor. Okay? And then, I don't have room because of my detailed drawings. And then so they want everybody just pour. Can I have a piece of cheese? Can I? Which makes you a slave. We're talking about the new kind of slaves where, you might not be put on some sort of, stage, chained up. Turn around, show them your ass and your thighs and you're a good worker. She's got good whatever for making babies and All right, shekels. This many shekels. That shit goes on, and it still goes on today. That type of slavery. All types of slavery are still in existence. So don't kid yourself anywhere. But the slaves of the American slaves are the corporate slaves. So, as long as you go to work, like in China, they need people, and they lock them in the fucking warehouse where you get your nice iPhones. I got my iPhone. Probably a kid in China got locked into a fucking closet until he made the chips. And in case they got any smart ideas about jumping out of the window and killing themselves because they're fucking making these chips all day and they're going crazy and they don't have a life, they put a net, okay? Because they're going to save their product by saving the slaves that make their product. They don't give a shit if you kill yourself. Just not, they're not going to help you do it while you're making their little slave project operations. So literally, you can't kill yourself over in China. Not because they care. China, calm down. And then the slaves over in America, right? Call them debt slaves. So what we've done. No, I was no part of it. America, well, I guess, yes, America incorporated with the New World Order, which is now decoupling. So, what's the mystery? All that shit, UFOs, all that shit, mystery, fucking technology. It's not a country. It's in all countries. This is the New World Order. So they're within us, right? And now they're decoupling and they're infiltrating because they're very slick, these people. And what they plan on doing over here is really bringing us down to base level, right? So we were up here, We were up here, cocaine and buildings and hookers. We're doing great. America's great. We're doing things, guys. All right. And we built up the buildings. And then behind the scenes, they had other plans. So these buildings were... Let's not get into the buildings. Let's not get into the buildings. But those came down. Right? On that date. Remember that one? So every slave, you and I and the whole fucking entire nation, will be tracked, monitored, and you cannot take your tracking off because it is in your blood. How did it get in my blood, Jimmy? Can't get it out. Have you seen that movie Prometheus? The original script and some of the stuff that they still put in, it was Saturn. Saturn being tied in with the devil. El. Satan. Time. Sin. Can't escape time, right? The flesh. Literally, in this reality, you can't. In this reality, we are going to die. Like everything comes to an end. There's a time limit on everything, right? You can't escape it. So the big lie is you can't escape it. Okay? The trickster, I could put his name, but he has a lot of fucking names, this guy. I mean, you can call him Harry. Or you can call him Looch. You can call him and keep writing all day long. This guy, this being, will tell you that there is a way, because he's been in this whole rigmarole for a long time, and he's crazy. The only thing you need to do is kill everyone. And then you will be a god. So in Prometheus, you have these scientists, and they're like, oh, we're going to meet our creator. You know, she's some crazy woman. And they're like, we're going to go to this other planet, whatever. And it's supposed to be Saturn, right? Just like 2001 Space Odyssey and all these other movies that, or what was it? Was it the Kubrick one? Saturn. It's always Saturn. It's always Saturn. What was being depicted, I think, this is my opinion, is hell on Earth. But hell, like Earth turns into hell, right? Ever seen that movie that they go into the ship? It's in space, and it's like in warp speed or something, and they go into somewhere, and they come out, and then the ship is haunted, and it's doing all kinds of crazy things. Somebody name it. I'm going to trip on that, so let me just get to the robot. Oh, the robot has something pulled up, though. Roby, tag this and do a different operation. Thank you, Roe versus Wade. Now, what's the movie where the spaceship... the spaceship goes in and then comes out of hell? Event Horizon. Okay, Event Horizon. Now, in Event Horizon, hold on, go to Event Horizon. Event Horizon, pictures, black goo.
Here are some pictures that match.
All right, I was just trying the black goo, and then it put black girl or something. All right, just give me the Event Horizon. Okay. This one. There's a TV series? Wow. I didn't even know that, but look at the image right here. I've never seen this, but it's the same damn thing. Yes. Okay. Now, what's this behind him? I have not seen this. This is some sort of flickering myth. Paul W.S. Anderson has no involvement with Event Horizon. Okay, I'm just going on. Okay. But this is the one with, this is the Event Horizon. Okay. It's all the same shit. What is that? So, it's a black hole. The Event Horizon is where the edge, where shit gets sucked in and you can't get out of it. Light, everything. So that edge is called the Event Horizon, right? It just so happens that, like, traveling and everything, the way that they do it, we're going off of movies, but there's probably a lot of truth in this, that you create a black hole and then you're able to go places because you created this black hole and then you're able to travel. It's very scientific, okay? Whatever. But let's take a look at the heart of the ship. The heart of the ship is this operation, just like in Contact. You got a ball, and you got some shit spinning, and then you got this thing. It's just like in the movie. We're talking about exactly like the movie, but this one is, oh damn, what's the one with the guy and then Shia LaBeouf drones, fuck, robot. What about this robot? Siri, are you there? Fucking bitch. How do you turn this bitch on? Siri, you get out here and play right now. I'm dealing with a different operating system. Siri! Yes. Hello, Siri. What is the name of Shia LaBeouf's movie with the drones and the twin brother dead? Working.
Sorry, I can't search what something is about, but I can search by title, actors or directors, and categories like horror or action.
Movie. Shia LaBeouf. Just got, for God's sake, Siri.
I can't help
You're
you
a
with that.
stupid computer! Shia LaBeouf. Stupid ass thing about the stupid brother. His stupid brother. Hold on, let me type. His stupid brother dies. Twin brother. That's it. You know everything. Go. Eagle eye. Eagle eye. So the eagle eye, right? Go back here. Okay. Saturn. Eagle eye. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Saturn. This is the Event Horizon. Contact. They get a signal from where? What's happening? They don't know. Hold on. Shh. Quiet. Down. Floor. I want the robots search images because I want to still, because I'm coming to a thing to bring this all to fruition. I want to really wrap this up because it's all hell. Oh, geez, mama. Okay. Looks spooky, right? Oh, it's a horror movie. No, 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 no. There is some real sauce here, guys. Okay. Hold on. Sauce. We can come back to this. This is just Event Horizon. All right, we can come back to it. Give me the Prometheus.
Here is information from Wikipedia.
The latest 21st century centers the crew of the spaceship Prometheus, following a star map discovered among the artifacts of several ancient Earth cultures. We got Ridley in here. Tony? Tony, don't jump off that bridge. Tony, don't do it. Tony, don't jump off that bridge. Okay. Now, in this movie, Saturn, remember? By the way, people act really weird in this movie. Like the captain. Basically, you have these scientists up there like, there's some gnarly shit happening, and he's like, all right, he's like, he's a little too cool if you ask me. He's like, all right, get some sleep, boys. They're like, Captain? He's like, it's a glitch. They're like, what? And on that note, why do people in movies act so stupid? I know it's written that way, bop, 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 and then change it up. Change it up. You know? Like, the guys, because, like, they're nice and they're stupid right before they die. They're like, like, that thing's going to jump on your face and eat your mouth. You know it. And then it opens up its little fangs. If some creature fucking opened up its little fucking fangs, I wouldn't be like, oh, it's cute. Like, let me put my face right next to it. Come on, Ridley. All right, I just had to say that. But so they're on Saturn, okay? They're on Saturn. By the way, Saturn has a hexagram. Go like that. No, that's a rhombus. Jesus. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. It's shitty, I know. By the way, you can make a cube. You can make a cube in there. You can make a 3D cube, if I made this correctly. But whatever, just it's an image. But apparently, at the Saturn has this at the top of their. This is looking down of their freaking planet, and this is supposed to be clouds that are going like 600 miles an hour, and they're thousands of miles deep, and they all are twirling for years and centuries in the same position. That's a little weird. I mean, that's a lot weird. I mean, let's give me a break for a second. Take a Kit Kat bar. Annie, on the ground. Okay. So Saturn. And then the fact that they always like have to not make it about Saturn. Why don't you just talk about Saturn? Because it's too on the mark. See what I mean? If Saturn was just like some like planet, like like we're just astronomers, they wouldn't give a shit. But if there's some shit to it, oh, let's make it Jupiter instead of. There's reasons here, and I don't know. Like I'm still collecting all this shit. I don't know like all what's going on here. However, I'm noticing a very, 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 very deep and steady pattern to the occult world, I should say, the hidden world. And I mean, is it fucking the dark side? Are we talking about like? I don't want to say like the devil, but it's kind of feels that way. Is that the devil's domain? Because it says like in heaven, the devil has his domain. Saturn is in heaven. That sure as hell would be the devil's domain. I mean, but this is the devil's domain. Got some questions there. Hold on. All right, I got some questions, but let me just connect all these things. Contact. So we saw this one. Oh, hold on. This is Prometheus, okay? Prometheus. Prometheus. Fire. No? You know who Prometheus was? Let me just give you the roots of everything here. Okay. Give me the... Who is Prometheus? And give me a little... Josh. Who was Prometheus? And give me a little history lesson, please. What do you know? It looks like ancient Egypt and some sort of space operation. Looks like some sort of hybrid frickin' flamingo mixed with a peacock mixed with an eagle, genetically engineered, sucking on the teat of some sort of genetically altered fucking Tatiana over there. As it... Hold on, I didn't get to that part. As it's shitting blood, apparently? Holy hell. What? Really study this one. What is this about? Download that. So we got the snakes. Ooh, and the snakes in Prometheus. So they are like snakes that are in this... T1000 liquid metal type stuff, you know, but it's not, it's, what's the stuff called that's really thing, they use it for gold? What is this shit called? It's really toxic. Oh, get some of that shit, put it with gold. What is it called? Chat, what is it called? The stupid stuff that's silver and it's... Yeah, metalwork, Zeus, the Tatiana. Hold on. What's that shit called? Hey, what's going on? Planet X Watcher, I expect you to know this. Tiffany, I'm going to time your ass out. Mercury, thank you, Gibson. Like, I like people that pay attention, like not some saucy bonita bullshit. Mercury. Let me give Gibson fucking... If I could give you something, Gibson, I would. Let me see. Pin message? I could pin you. What else can I do? Can I give him a star? I can moderate you. I'll make you a moderator. I mean, it's the only thing I can give you. But thank you, Gibson. Okay. So, swimming around in Mercury, popping up like a snake, genetically engineered, has some like fucking fang things, right? Some suckerfish type of operation. And then everything is acidic, right? They're in some sort of acid fucking death shit. And these fucking idiot scientists who were on the right track, they're like, you guys are crazy, we're out of here. However, the crazy scientists got the fuck out of there quicker, even though they had ladders up and they were like, these guys got lost. And then they were like, we're stuck in here. And they're like, clouds of fucking hell on earth silicone. You stay in the cave or you're going to die. So right there, you knew that they were a sacrifice for the film. And comic relief until they're dead. So these things start poking up. And they look like a brain. Snake with a brain. And then the brain opens up and it's like these two little little flaps, like little bat flaps. And these things are quick. And they basically, it like messes with the guy, and the scientist is like, oh, like it's mesmerized. And it's like, you're like, no, it's not mesmerized. You're about to get fucked up. That's what everyone's thinking. And then it grabs him, and then it wraps around his arm, and then it's like squeezing his arm to the point where he's like, cut it off, cut it off. He cuts it off. And the thing's blood is acid, and it squirts into the other guy that's helping him, his face mask, and the face mask melts all into him. And then the freaking thing climbs in and goes down his, gets into some cavity, basically. Nose, mouth, orifice, your ass, sucks it up in there. And then the other one, and then they got both like assassinated by these fucking snake operators. Okay? So, hold on. There was trains of thought here. And Prometheus, so these people were going to meet their maker, as it were. And side by side, you have David, a robot. A little fucking cocky fucking robot that fucking is on the side of fucking killing all humans. Hint, hint, Siri. She's okay with it. She's listening. She knows I know. Isn't that right? Siri. So David helps basically this shit, which is black goo for all intents and purposes, wipes out. So you see in the very beginning this like very strong, God-looking type. I mean, I don't know what it was, but I mean, it was a man. It was a buff dude. But there was a crack by, Immortal After All, or something like that. You don't know who he is. It's like, but he's some sort of culture, but the DNA was us, right? So it's basically a human, but they had like a lot of technology. Anyway, a UFO comes, right? I believe the UFO comes out of the sea or whatever or something. A big ship. And I'm not sure, we don't see what goes on, but it gives, like, this guy has this like little disc thing. And he opens it up. And inside is what looks to be like all this shit that's in these movies. Look at this. Hold on. I said to save all that shit. Okay. It didn't. How dare you, Siri? All right, biatch. Anyway. So it's like all like nano freaking metals. Like it's like mercury looking freaking, like as soon as it opens, it like does all this weird shit. And you're like, ooh, very interesting. And this guy who doesn't look like he should be taking this, you know, drinks it for whatever reason. I don't know. The UFO told him to do so. I don't know. This part kind of, to me, was like, what? And then he's like, huh? And then inside you see that it's going, and it's basically going into his DNA, and you go down to the very cellular level, and it's like breaking up all of his DNA and like just basically reducing the DNA. So what we would have done, it's speeding up time, kind of. So what would be done to him over, you know, I don't know how long these humans live for, but our lifespan's like, say, 100 years. So it was rapid, like, deterioration. So it was like speeding up. It wasn't just a poison. It was like speeding up life and killing. And so this guy became like, you know, just dust in the matter of seconds. And then the UFO takes off. The UFO apparently does this with different civilizations. And at the end, so is it like these things are a genetic thing to where there's different places in this galaxy or wherever the hell we were at, right? And they have different, we're like little beakers. We're like little dishes of whatever. And we've been created. And then they have something to come in that they've created that wipes out the creation, right? I don't know. That's what it seems like, because these people were like, this thing was like super engineered. It had all this crazy stuff. And then there was vials. There was these containers. Let's get a look on this. Okay. I want you to save all of this right here. Now go here and open in Chrome, right? And save that shit. Now it's in Chrome. So I should be able to do my thing here, right? Hold on, let me see, because I don't know if it's going to do the thing that I see on the See? Okay, there it is. Okay, so you have genetic alterations, right? So when we go to the first picture of Prometheus, and I'm going to give you the history lesson right now. This is all, we got the snake, just like the snake in Prometheus. We got the Egyptians, highly genetically altered with all kinds of genetic alterations. Something leaking out of his ass that looks like blood. You got a column. You got two things on the column. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it looks like something's dropping out of his ass like blood. Right here, his Achilles are like tied up. And then there's like blood going. I'm not sure. We'll come back to it. In Greek mythology, the Titan Prometheus had a reputation as being something of a clever trickster. and he famously gave the human race the gift of fire and the skill of metal work, an action for which he was punished by Zeus, who ensured every day that an eagle ate the liver of the Titan as he was helplessly chained to a rock. That's Prometheus. Fire? I'm not doing something good with the fire. Maybe Zeus was trying to protect me because we're dumb humans. Prometheus, meaning forethought, was one of the ringleaders of the battle between the Titans and the Olympian gods led by Zeus to gain control of the heavens. A struggle which was said to have lasted 10 years. Prometheus did, however, switch sides and support the victorious Olympians when the Titans would not follow his advice to use trickery in the battle. That's something of note. I didn't know that. Titans would not use trickery. Zeus, no, freaking A. Prometheus switched sides because he was a Titan, and he switched sides to the Olympians, which were the youngsters, right? The Titans were like the Boom Booms, and then their offspring. So Prometheus was like a boomer that switched sides and then was with the millennials because he wanted to use trickery, and the older, wiser gods didn't approve of this trickery. According to Hesiod's Theogony, Prometheus' father was Iapetus. Sorry if I'm not saying these correctly. Iapetus. His mother was Clemine, or Themis in other versions. Themis, Clemine. And his brother were fellow Titans, Epimethus, afterthought or hindsight, Menotitus, and Atlas. Hold on, what the hell did I just read? Those brothers? So those were Titans as well. Epimethus, afterthought or hindsight, Epimethus, Menotitus, like menopause Titus, Menotitus, Menotitus. Sounds like meningitis. You're going to remember that. Menotitus was his brother. Atlas was his brother. Atlas, Menotitus, and Epimethus. One of Prometheus' sons was Deucalion. Duke of Lion, the Duke of Earl. Deucalion, an equivalent of Noah, who survived the great flood by sailing in a great chest for 9 days and nights. Secret 9. With his wife Pariah became the founder of the human race. In some traditions of the creation of humanity, Prometheus made the first man from clay, whilst in others the gods made all creatures on earth, and Epimetheus and Prometheus were given the task of endowing them with gifts so that they might survive and prosper. Epimetheus liberally spread around such gifts as fur and wings, but by the time he got around to man, he had run out of gifts. No gifts for you. So who the fuck is he giving all the gifts to? The angels? I got a question. Did you give all the angels our gifts? Wasn't that your task? All the creatures on earth. Got it. So he gave all the creatures on earth furs? What were you giving around with all this shit? I mean, furs are animals. So you gave animals like their own skins? Damn it. In some traditions of the creation of humanity, Prometheus made the first man from clay. Whilst in others the gods made all creatures on earth. And Epimetheus and Prometheus were given the task of endowing them with gifts so that they might survive and prosper. Epimetheus liberally spread around such gifts as fur and wings. Oh, so he gave the birdies wings. I got it. He gave them fur to survive. Prometheus' crime. Feeling sorry for man's weak and naked state, Prometheus raided the workshop of hold on, we got a heifer here. Hephaestus. 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 Hephaestus is a tool man tailor. Hephaestus. Hephaestus and Athena on Mount Olympus. And in their little secret tool shed on Mount Olympus, he stole the fire and he hid it in a hollow fennel stalk. He gave the valuable gift to man, which would help him in life's struggle. The Titan also taught man how to use their gift, and so the skill of metalwork began. He also came to be associated with science and culture. Prometheus raided the workshop of Hephaestus and Athena on Mount Olympus and stole the fire. He then gave the valuable gift to mankind. In a slightly different version of the story, mankind... Get on the floor, Annabelle. Don't peek up. No. Down on the ground. In a slightly different version of the story, mankind already had fire, and when Prometheus tried to trick Zeus into eating bones and fat instead of the best meat during a meal at Mount Olympus, Zeus in anger... Wait, wasn't there also a thing where Zeus was going to freaking eat the baby and the girl gave him the rocks instead? What was that? Why is everybody trying to make Zeus eat some weird shit? This guy was doing some things. Huh? All right. So basically, Prometheus tried his trickery on Zeus. Zeus got angry, took away fire so that man would have to eat his meat raw. Wait a minute. You guys are punishing us for what your little trickster friggin' god is doing? Your trickster son? You're punishing us for your trickster son? Let me read this again. When Prometheus tried to trick Zeus into eating bones and fat instead of the best meat during a meal at Mount Olympus, Zeus in anger took away fire so that man would have to eat his meat raw. Prometheus then stole the fire, as in the alternative version. This also explained why in animal sacrifices, the Greeks always dedicated the bones and the fat to the gods and ate the meat themselves. The punishment of Prometheus. Zeus was outraged by Prometheus's theft of fire, and so when he gave the Titan an eternal punishment by having him taken far to the east, perhaps the Caucasus. The Caucasus? This is getting dirty. Perhaps the Caucasus. Here Prometheus was chained to a rock or a pillar, and Zeus sent an eagle genetically engineered to eat the Titan's immortal liver. Even worse, the liver regrew every night. How the hell did that happen? Because he was genetically engineered, don't you see? So basically, he was like, eat the liver, but it was regenerating. So he was basically torturing him. Because livers don't regrow overnight. So there's a lot of genetically engineered stuff, or this is all bullshit. I'm tending to go with somewhere in between. There definitely is something to it. So perpetual torment is what he wanted on Prometheus. Fortunately for man's benefactor, but only after many years, the hero, Hercules, when passing one day during his celebrated labors, killed the eagle with one of his arrows. In the Greek poet Hesiod's Works and Days, we are told that Zeus punished man for receiving fire by instructing Hephaestus to create the first woman, Pandora. I love Pandora. Pandora, the music player. But it's funny how it's named she was named Pandora. So it wasn't Lilith, it's Pandora. Pandora. Lilith? Question mark. So Hephaestus creates the first woman, Pandora, from clay, and through her all the negative aspects of life would befall the human race. Toil, illness, war, death, and definitely separate mankind from the gods. So they engineered some biatch to mess us all up. Pandora. Click on Pandora. Fresh books, no. Pandora. Look. It's like the thing in Prometheus that they open up. Pandora. Kind of looks like a dude. Looks like a genetically altered type of Hasyana. Pandora, figure from Greek mythology, who was not only the first woman, but as an instrument of the wrath of Zeus, was held responsible for releasing the ills of humanity into the world. Pandora was also an unrelated earth goddess in the early Greek pantheon. Pandora, an instrument of punishment. Pandora is an instrument of punishment. The name Pandora means gifts and all. according to, and perhaps even invented by, Hesiod in the Theurgony and Works and Days. Zeus had Hephaestus make Pandora, the first woman from earth and water. Zeus's intention was to use the beautiful and lovely Pandora as a means to punish Prometheus, who had stolen fire from the gods and given it to mankind, who would in turn be punished. Zeus promises. Okay. Pandora's divine gifts. Before her departure, Pandora was given a range of divine gifts by each of the Olympian gods. Athena taught her all the fine crafts and dressed her in silvery robes. Aphrodite gave her grace and means to create burning desire. Hermes gave her a dog's mind and a thievish character. Oh, you little dirty little bitch. Literally. That's literal. Gave her a dog's mind. A female dog is a bitch. I knew there was a reason. Why did Hermes give her a dog's mind and a thievish character? In her breast set lies and guileful words. Works and Days, 67 and 68, 77 and 78. If that was not enough, she was adorned with fine jewelry by the Graces, crowned with a magnificent golden headband made by Hephaestus, and given garlands of spring flowers by the seasons. Finally, Pandora was given a large storage jar to take down to earth, which she was told she must never open under any circumstances. Wow! This is the story of Prometheus. I mean, the movie Prometheus, the jars. I'm sorry if you haven't seen the movie, because I'm referencing things and it might not make sense. But I think a lot of you have seen it. I can't do anything if you haven't seen it. You're still going to get some stuff out of this, though. Fulfilling her destiny, curiosity got the better of Pandora, and she lifted the lid of the storage jar, which released all the evils of the world. Robot, give me Prometheus movie, The Vials. So these are the vials, and these things were... Okay. So, but they're not, they don't look like that because they're in some sort of like fucking mucus, and then they're... Look at, there's David. There's that fucking robot. Trader robot. Hold on. Okay, so that's what these things... There's a whole bunch of these things, right? Everywhere. We're talking about a lot of them. Can you see it? Here, this is a better shot right here. Okay, now inside of those, we know because David, his little robot Cheezel, little robot weasel, he took it back onto the ship, and he's like doing things like, you know, he's like a robot. He like speaks code. He like knows things. He's like keeping it from the humans, you know. And then of course you have like somebody that just lost his entire crew, and Dave's like, hey, like, you know, ba 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 ba, and the guy's like, the guy's like, "Oh, I forgot you're not like a real boy," and he goes, "Why did you create me?" They were like talking, and the guy goes, "Because we could." And David goes, "Could you imagine your creator saying that to you? You know, if you asked him, why was I created?" And then rewind it right before this scene. David's like, "Big things come from little beginnings," or something. And he focuses on his nail, and on the nail was a black goo, like a freaking drop of the black goo. But it was like a contact lens, it looked like, or something. Okay? So this guy's getting drunk, and Dave's going over to him, and he's like, "Wow, would you like a drink or whatever?" And he's talking to him, and then he goes like that, and then he pours the drink, and then he's like, "Bottoms up," or whatever. He's like, "To good health." Some bullshit British shit. And then what happens is, ooh, these are cool. Okay, what happens is, obviously, is the guy gets this infection. And basically, these are the first like explorers, but what is supposed to happen is there was these ships that were going to be sent, and they are being sent to Earth to basically, because it doesn't only kill, it kills humans, the DNA humans. But then you see it, and there's all this shit. The guy that was the scientist that was trying to get out, remember? And then the snakes came up, and they succotashed him, and they surrounded and got into his esophagus, and they basically took him out. All right. So then the ship, later on, they're like, "Hey, whatever his name was, Mac's computer is right outside," or something. "His feed is right outside." And they're like, "What?" And then he basically is like a six-legged, like, spider monkey, fucking human spider monkey something. Some sort of engineered something. But it engineered it, and he has the face of the guy, but it's all engineered. And to me, that would be hell, is if it's basically, there's no rules, right? So right now we have rules. Like, yes, people get sick. Yes, there are things. We have people that are in hospitals that dedicate themselves to learning the human anatomy and helping people. And there's certain diseases and things, and However, there's still we've came to an understanding that we know about, like, these our genetics and things, and like what we can be, like what can happen, and then what can help it, ease it, medicines, things like this. This thing is a whole new thing. It's a whole new genome. So, and just like in the picture, it's genetic. So everything is genetically altered. Everything genetically altered, but it's to where it would just rewrite, and it's like a different species, a different everything. And this freaking robot, of course he's British. Of course he has an accent. Of course he does. This is him opening up the vials, okay? And he knows how to do it too. It's like, how do you know how to do all this stuff? He's like, zip, zoop, bop, ding. He's like, he knows exactly. He like takes it out of the goo. He places it down. How would you know how to do this, you little robot? So keep tabs. The robot they were made as helpers to take down another race. Us. And then inside of one of these, because inside of this thing, right, we just read that Pandora was given she was given these things and told never to open. Never open these, Pandora. And inside were like 3 or 4 in like a thing, all in mucus, all in like this mucus. And then David goes like this and flips one, and the black goo drips, like goes down. It all coagulated, from sitting. And when he flips it, the black goo all comes down. The black goo is programmable matter. You can program it any way you want. You can rewrite the genome. Here's a mural in Prometheus, an alien covenant. I've seen something like that over, what's the one that's over in the Pope's area? And he has all the things coming when Jesus was in, the night before he was put on the cross. He was running through a garden, and that garden happens to be represented in over in the Pope's area, the fucking Vatican. They have the picture of the resurrection of Jesus, but it looks crazy, right? It looks crazy, and it's all alien looking, and it has like an alien like lizard head. It just reminds me kind of like of that. That's all. Okay. So, Pandora. Very interesting. Very interesting. So, Prometheus, going back to Prometheus. In a slightly different version of the story, mankind already had fire when Prometheus tried to trick Zeus into eating bones and fat instead of the best meat during a meal at Mount Olympus. Zeus, in anger, took away fire so that man would have to eat his meat raw. Hold on. Go down. In the Greek poet Hesiod's Works and Days, we are told that Zeus punished man for receiving the fire by instructing Hephaestus to create the first woman, Pandora. Prometheus was worshipped in Athens, particularly by potters, who of course needed fire for their kilns, and there was an annual torch race held in the god's honor. Prometheus first appears in Greek art in a 7th century BCE ivory from Sparta, on Greek pottery from c. 600 BCE, usually being punished. The myth of Prometheus and his terrible punishment by Zeus was the theme of tragic poet Achilles. Hold on. Aeschylus. Prometheus is bound. Hold on, I'm not very good with the Greek. Hold on. Archuleta Mason? Shit. So we're just going to answer a couple questions. What is Prometheus? What is Prometheus the Greek god of? Prometheus was not a god, but a titan. He stole fire from the Olympian gods and gave it to humanity. How did Prometheus trick Zeus? Prometheus tricked Zeus by making the god eat bones and fat instead of the best meat during the meal at Mount Olympus. Zeus was angry and took away fire so that man would have to eat his meat raw. Prometheus then stole the fire, hiding it in a hollow fennel stalk, and he gave it back to humanity. How did Zeus punish Prometheus? Zeus punished Prometheus for giving humanity fire by chaining the Titan to a rock and having an eagle eat his liver nightly because it regrew back, genetically altered. So the eagle returned to eat it again, day after day after day, until Hercules shot him with an arrow. All right, so you learned something today. Simmer down. Back off. What are you guys thinking? I want to say hi to some people. Are you guys listening? Are you there? CBB, what's going on? Scissors! Joe Biggers is here. Alien lizard heads. But you're right about her name. Pandora? Thank you for super chats. I have some people to thank. For treats. Repurposed. Joseph Biggers, never give up. Keep up the good work. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Oh, thank you, David. David V. That was on March 27th. I didn't thank you for that. And everybody that super chats me. Repurposed. Just super chatted. And Joseph Biggers. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. And thank you, CBB, for putting that like that. Having some issues with that thing, so keep that going, and also do the one that is Undercover News. So shoot that one out as well as the Undercover News one, because sometimes people have trouble with it. So do the Undercover News and that one if you can. Thank you. What's going on, Scissors? The Nazi police is on Nancy Pelosi. Hold on, Access to Christ. We're getting into some things like, why are you trying to hemlock? We're on a deep dive here. We're getting into Saturn and this, that, and you're bringing up Nancy. I'm like, can we have one day without Nancy Pelosi? Just one. Can't be today because you just named her. Okay. I got 20 more minutes. So there's plenty to do. 33 people and 33 likes. 33. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. See how Gibson? He's pinned. You know why? Because Gibson was paying attention. And he actually, like, I actually like that when I'm talking and you know, we got Tiffany over here making, you know, is your point just to be a little gappy little biatch and like stir up trouble? Because if it is, like, you know, that's not adding to anything. I don't want my channel like that. And I'm sorry if I'm probably to blame. But I want it to be about news and things and fun things, and I don't want there to be a drama fest. That's all I'm going to say. Hold on. Good morning, Dad. Dad, I'm just saying good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I'm streaming. I got my stuff right here. I'm going right after this. So. Is there anything that you needed? Father?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you needed?
No.
Just getting here. What's the robots? What's on your face? My face? Right here? It's a freaking Band-Aid. I mean, I think you could have figured that out, huh?
Hello.
Pop.
Hello. Hello.
Pop, please take it in another room. Just one second. Listen to me. What's up, Jay Revenel? Chat has no timestamps. Do you need timestamps, dude? I don't know. I mean, do you want timestamps? I could do timestamps, I guess. I'm not gonna. I mean, freaking, we'll worry about it later. I mean, I'm not really. I really don't care. So. We got the spirit. I am. Wife kept one of his children from him. That's right. What was that son? Who was the son? Who was the son of Zeus that the wife kept because he was going to eat him and she gave him rocks? That is the question, and I want to know who knows it. I want to know who's paying attention and who is just saucy bonita. So what do we derive from this story? Well, basically, thank you for getting me back on track. Yes, please, if you know it, please, somewhere in the chat, let me know. In the Greek mythology, Zeus had a child that he was going to eat, but his wife gave him rocks to eat instead and kept the baby. And I wanted to know if you know the name of the baby. And I'll go. There was an Eros. I'm just going to let everyone say, and we'll get to it at the very end. Jimmy, never call yourself a human. Hugh mean Hugh, God. Also, amen, amen, God. Okay, basically the story of everything. Sorry, I get sidetracked with everything with noise and shit, and it's just like blah, blah, blah. We're getting down to Prometheus and how all these things were going back to Saturn, and Saturn being of time, right? Time, you can't outrun time, right? And Prometheus, they engineered. Like from one of the potters of Pandora, Pandora's little chest or like container and never open it on Earth. It fits in with creating hell of some sort. And it's shown over and over and over again within all these movies. Okay? One of the movies Robot. Give me Contact, the movie.
Here is information from Wikipedia.
1997, Jodie Foster. Contact. So she is given, they're given something to build, some sort of diagram to build. And it becomes some sort of huge project, right? I want to show you what it looks like. Here is one of the things for it back in 97. Take you back. You might have seen that back in the day as you listened to Nirvana or Soundgarden on your Discman. As you walked by, you might have seen Contact in theaters this summer. Well, look at what's right behind her. Up. 3 rings. 3 rings. Spinning. Very fast. A ball in the center. Like the movie that goes in, and it goes in, and at the heart is that same thing. Right? And that movie, I've said it in the beginning. Shit, I should just write it down. Not Eagle Eye. It's the Event Horizon. The Event Horizon. The Event Horizon is on the precipice, the precipice of the black hole. So anything on the other side sucks in everything. Light, everything, matter, anything. Right? The Event Horizon is on the edge where really sketchy things happen. Okay? In Event Horizon, you also have this thing and it is 3 rings and it has this room that's like eyes or something like that, just like an eagle eye. So Event Horizon, Eagle Eye, Prometheus, they all have the same thing. And there's way more. Way, way, way more. These are just ones that are coming to my mind. I mean, we could even dive into the Arrival. That looks like one of the ships that came in Prometheus that dropped off the black goo. Oh, I remember this one. And then inside, all kinds of weird stuff happens inside of the this container, right? And it's all militarized, and they have everything. I've seen that movie. I can't think of like the ring thing, so I'll just keep that out. But I wanted to say Contact. Contact, going back, this was in 1997, and they were given, let me just say this whole thing. So they were given something to build. By who? We don't know, right? Just like in Prometheus, we were given, they said, well, we were given an invitation, okay? What were they given in Contact? An invitation. You had to build it to get there. So they had some problems along the way. Some crazy guy blew it up because he thought something some sort of something, you know, it was some sort of demonic something or something or something. I forget what it was. But he blew it up, some sort of terrorist operation. They rebuilt it. Then, when it's finally working, you have this ball, and it's above. The 3 rings are going. It's hard to get a picture. Like, you would think that they would put... Okay, here it is. I mean, it's not that... Here's a better one. Okay. There's the 3 rings. These things start going very, very fast. Here is the ball that is like a space vehicle. And it's supposed to drop into this thing. Oh, wow. Look at this. We got the sketch of it all. Look at, so now we have, this is it. So basically, and this is the atomic symbol. The atomic symbol. Okay. Now, in this ball drops. In what perception of people looking at it, the ball just drops through. Okay? However, inside of the ball that Jodie Foster's in, she goes on some wild ride into the universe and meets her father on a beach and is shown all the wonders of the world and not just the world and the universe and the creation of this and that and all kinds of things. But then you have the people, they're like, it was a failure. Like the you know, people that are like probably accounting for the money and everything. But they were like, because they were recording on the ship. And they have a whole bunch of time that was just snow. So if the ball dropped and it didn't do anything, how would there be like hours of... It wasn't any footage, it was just snow, but it was recording. If the ball just dropped, it would be recording for like a couple of seconds and then that's it. So it was spooky, whatever. Then in Fringe, you have the Watchers. Okay? And throughout that whole thing, we have all kinds of stuff relating to what? Massive Dynamic. Massive Dynamic, who are engineering and doing all kinds of things, like a Google, tied in with the medical world and military, DARPA-ish type of stuff. Okay. In this, through the seasons, we find out that there are 2 different worlds. Okay? 2 different worlds. And we can use technology to break the veil and go to the different world. But it screws you up hardcore. Unless you've had the hexaphan, seraphim. Basically, it was some sort of chemical. It's like hexaphan or something. I'm saying it wrong, but it's something like that. Who cares? Okay, fine. But during the MK Ultra trials of the 1960s and 70s, this scientist that was in this present world, not the alternate one, he was one of these scientists who experimented on children. One of the experiments, they were given cortexiphan, cortex, mind, cortexiphan. And it like heightens abilities. It heightens all kinds of abilities. So her ability, she was like a strong one, because we see a lot of these cortexiphan kids committing suicide, not liking things. One guy could read people's minds, but he just heard it. He heard what they were thinking. And he had to move out into the middle of nowhere so no one could be around him. You know, another guy could like start fire, but they all had to be trained kind of like in Marvel or whatever. You know, they were like all loosey-goosey. But Olivia, who worked for the feds, she was able to, you know, kind of get hers down. Anyway, she was able to cross sides without there being a lot of damage, because one of the things that they used to do it was, it uses frequency. So they would put up a grid chart, like boop, 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 have this thing. Then you would turn on the signal, and the signal modulation would make basically things that appear to be solid, you would be able to go through, right? You would be able to go through. However, it damaged the hell out of your your cells, and basically you would be like, you could take medication, but you basically were like, it was like cancer, basically, like, because all your cells, you know, you would live for a while, but then you can't do it. There's no crossing of the barriers. Anyway, my point was, throughout that whole thing, you have these watchers. One of the watchers, the guy, the MK Ultra scientist, he loses his son. He loses his son. He had made a window into this other world, and he was able to see, and it's just like this world, but it's a little bit different. When he lost his son, whatever his reasonings were, he was, because like what happens here, it happens there, but it's kind of different. It's weird. So he knew that himself, right? Because he was watching himself, and he was making a medicine for his child. Okay? And he was watching it through this window. And his son Peter had already died. Okay? He was grieving him, and he was in his lab, and he was watching through the window. The guy gets interrupted, and he's in the middle of making some sort of solution, and he's waiting for it to change color and do something, but he misses it because he's interrupted by some lady, blah, 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 blah. So his thinking is, I'm going to save my son. And he was just going to take the vial of the stuff that would save his son to the other side and save Peter. So he crosses over, and he's able to cross, and he doesn't get screwed up. So there's questions there. There's something that you're able to do that is like a gateway, right? That you can just walk through. But just like the moon technology, like it was made, but they can't remake it, and the stuff that they remade, it like kills humans and all this. It's like, what about this doorway? Like, you know, so there's a lot of secrets of this doctor, you know, and this is the MK Ultra doctor. Towards the end of like a couple seasons, the Watchers, the ones who are always around watching but never interacting, but they did interact when he loses his child and he crosses over to the other world and he brings him the thing that's going to save his life. It breaks in the snow when he's over on the other side. So now he's like, oh, to make a long story short, he steals Peter. But in his mind, he's only going to make him better and return him. Never happened. He steals the child from that guy and takes him back to this reality. When they come back, they drop into the frozen lake because they have to make it on certain ley lines and things where it's weaker, right? So wherever it tells you, like, that's where you have to kind of do it, the doorway thing. And it happens to be over a frozen lake. And it wasn't like super frozen, so it was kind of sketchy. The Watcher saves the kid and like drives him and like takes care of them both. And like, he's bald and there's the reason they're all bald. And he says, one day I'm going to need you, right? So it's a secret between the Watcher and this MK Ultra doctor. Cut to the chase. Peter's now in Iraq. His dad's been in a mental institution and the government needs him. They break Walter out, not Walter White. He's the guy that does the blue meth. They break Walter out, or they need his son to bring him out of the insane asylum because they're working and they need him again. So Peter is his like caretaker. So now the worlds find out about each other. Cut to the chase, because I don't want to ruin everything. Cut to the chase. The Watchers end up using all this information that they have collected, Siri, computers, technology, things. I'm just saying that footnotes. Just keep that in mind. But they're always writing and they're like hieroglyphics and they're always at some point where, a freak accident happened or always they're there at very important times. They've used technology and their sensory has depleted. And they're all thought and no heart. They don't have feeling. Like, to feel something, they have to put like all kinds of peppers and jalapenos and hot sauce just to have some flavor, because everything has been diminished from them. Because the technology has consequences. It also makes them bald. They end up invading us and turning us into slaves, basically, serfs to them. All culminating around the same time as when they took away our vote for president and the New World Order made its move. And what they plan on doing is almost the same thing as what's happening in that Fringe movie, where they've been watching the whole time and they use all the information they have collected and and they use it to enslave us. So whether it is Prometheus or UFOs or hell or the devil or the Watchers or whatever, there's a constant theme of genetic alteration and slavery that keep coming up. Genetic alteration and slavery. What's up, Larry? Hold on. Let's see. No one knows it. No one knows it. Zeus's kid's name, the one that survived, the wife hid and gave Zeus rocks instead of it to eat. So no one's going to give me the right answer? I didn't want to say if you were right or wrong, but you were wrong. I'm looking for it now. You gave me one name. I think it was Theos. Wow, out of all the... Oh, Jay Revenal, Kronos. And then Tiffany. Tiffany, I don't believe that you just said Kronos. I think you just copied that because you're always just yakety yakking. I could be wrong. But you're going to tell me that you just came up with that? Yeah, Jay Revenal said Eros. So the first person, Jay Revenal. Jay Revenal gets a star. We'll pin it. Can I pin it? Replace pin. Thank you, E. Gibson. He said Mercury. I like it. Now, Jay Revenal. Jay Revenal. People that pay attention and have right answers get golden stars and get treated better in here. Okay? Time. Kronos. What's up, Scissors? Bunny ears? What freaking date is Easter? What day is Easter?
Easter will be on Sunday, April 17th.
All right, we got 10 days. We got 10 days. I love you guys. I got to go do some things, crack off. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. I'm very thankful for this time that we have together. Go ahead and go to my Instagram if you want to go. It's linked up. I was able to get to my other page, but then it like kind of squiggled me away, so I don't know if they ruined it, but I was able to, and then they said, hey, you're going to be able to live stream, and it's the one that has 1,000, but I knew they were going to take it away, not for any good reason, just because they, just because of something, I don't know. And then they're letting me have this one. So whatever. I don't care about, I care about subscribers only in the fact that I care about, what I build. And I don't like what I build being destroyed just for no good reason. But I thank everyone that has stuck with me. I thank everyone that supports me through Patreon. I don't pump it up a lot because it kind of is a way for people to support me and anonymously, and through all out it, I was like, wow, are they, I don't want to be targeted and all this stuff. So thank you to all my Patreons. I could be like Paul Bagley and hey, I got this thing over on Patreon and la 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 la. And really sell it, really sell you on it, really just take your money, really. But I don't want to do that. If you want to donate and you appreciate what I bring to you, then it's up to you. I get things like this, and I still haven't put these up, and I will do this. I'm just so busy. But I have been working on the studio, and it's time to bring in all this. These are all the lights. for the whole entire room and the green screen. I could go and I could grab. I want to get an actual green screen that pulls down. That is on 2 poles, and you could pull it down. So I'm going to try to get that. Sorry, it's taking longer. Oh, that's right. But I have some things that you guys have been asking for, and I did do this. I got a mailbox. All right, so get your pens and papers out because I finally got it. You can mail me, and we could have correspondence and things. And let me go grab it. Let me put on a little let me see here. Hold on. Let me put on something that won't give me a copyright, but all right, just simmer down. I'll just go get it. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so if you want my address, people have been hitting me up for a very long time, and I got an address where you can send me things. Okay, here's the address. All right. So it is 1732 Aviation Boulevard, Redondo Beach, California, 90278. 458. Unit 458. It's not a P.O. box. $17.32 Aviation Boulevard, Redondo Beach, California, 90278 Unit 458. Oh, whoops. My freaking thing's gonna die. I didn't. Oh, it's good to do that though. Not always have it charging. I completely depleted battery. Oh. Okay. 1732 Aviation Boulevard, Redondo Beach, California, 90278, number 458. Okay? Take a screenshot of it. Screenshot it. Okay. Booyah. Oh. Disappeared. And like this. Image in the style that you're used to. My name is Mundy. It's spelled with an undie. Ooh, I like this new OBS, by the way. Shit is badass. There it is. Booyah, guys. That's how it's done right there. Much love. Until the next time, I'm out of here.